Hi Twin Flames, welcome to my channel, Queen of Justice XOXO. My name is Michelle, and I want to do an extensive review of Oracle and Tarot cards for you. I am a Twin Flame as well, but you don't have to be a Twin Flame to benefit from my reviews. It's just more geared towards Twin Flames to help them along their journey. I am so grateful and love my Oracle and Tarot decks. I feel they can be very helpful and a powerful tool for you to use on your path. They can bring you messages from spirit, personal guidance to bring you relief, joy, hope, as well as answers and pain that needs to be healed, and to hopefully bring you some peace while figuring this all out. I wanted to share my cards with you so you can get an in-depth review of each deck before you purchase it, because just seeing a couple of pictures of the cards really doesn't tell the whole story. There are so many more elements involved than just the pictures, and I don't want to waste your time or your money on decks that don't resonate with you, and you get upset because the deck just didn't meet your expectations, once you receive them. Like I have done plenty of times, trust me. I know how exciting it is waiting for them to arrive, and it sucks when they are disappointing for, whatever reason. So hopefully my loss can be your gain, and my videos can help you find the right one for you, as there are enough things to deal with on this journey. So let's get started. In this video review, we are going to take a look at the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. We're going to start with the box. Now, I have to say, since I always complain all the time about the production Hay House, is, the boxes are always smug and it's very hard to get into the boxes. However, I don't know if it's because Colette Baron Reid designed the box or what, but this one is actually a nice box to get into, but it is, if you can see, a very large box. Hers tend to be a large box because the deck is usually so big. I mean, this is a 68 card deck, so you can, as you can see, there's a lot of cards in this deck, so it does need to be a big box. But I really like how simple it is to get into this box, and it's got a nice inside picture. I like the saying. It has the nice little cord or ribbon here to help you get the cards out much easier. And so overall, this is a nice box, especially coming from Hay House. And if I can close there. So pretty nice box, just, very big. As for the guidebook, it's a pretty big guidebook too. I believe the guidebook is, really, well, thick because of there being 68 cards, but there is several different messages for each card. So in this guidebook, I do like the fact that there is a table of contents and all the cards are numerically numbered, and they are in order numerically, which is so nice. And as always, I love that there's a picture. It just, for some reason, I don't know, I really like that. I think it's easy to find. But as you can see, each card has an oracle message, a protection message, and they're kind of, in depth here. Let me see the next page. I think that's it for this one. So it's about 2 to 3 pages average for each card. So that's why it makes the deck, makes the book much longer. But there are different descriptions to go, to kind of see what maybe your guides are trying to give you. And let's just pick one here. I'm going to read it for you. We'll do the beaver spirit. So on the cards, they actually have what animal it is. So you'll see turtle spirit, and it says slow and steady wins the race. Now, I like the little sayings on the bottom of the card. Most of them you can kind of tell, obviously what this means. I think a lot of us Twin Flames know slow and steady wins the race. We don't necessarily want to hear slow and steady wins the race, but other cards, you may need to look at the guidebook to see exactly what the message might represent. So let's read the beaver card. Lay a solid foundation. So the oracle message, I'll just read a couple of sentences so you can kind of get the gist of what the language is. Beaver spirit is here to tell you about a power living within you that is born of spirit, the source from which all life arises. This is the power to establish the sacred connection with the universal consciousness so you can deliberately co-create the world you desire. Now, the protection message of the beaver. Beaver spirit has come to warn you to check for rotten wood in the foundations of your dreams. Perhaps you built your hopes on faulty promises or wishful thinking that something would work out just because you wanted it to. So it kind of just goes into a little bit longer description on those. So overall, I like it. I think maybe, you know, it's not that it's wordy, it's just, you know, very long messages, and that's not for me. But to each his own, everybody has their differences they like. Some people want to read a lot into what the card may mean. I really like just getting the card, seeing what the little synopsis may be, and then go from there. Because I'd like to, I don't know, I tend to pull a lot of cards, and I don't want to sit there and read a novel the entire time for every single card. So, as I say, to each his own, and it may resonate better with you than for me. So let's move on to the cards, and let me collect these so you can see how they shuffle, because as a huge deck, this deck is very hard to shuffle. As beautiful as the pictures are, it's kind of a love-hate thing. So let me show you the cards. So the cards, they don't feel like they're that thick individually. They're nice quality. The mat is smooth, but I don't know if it's just the thickness. I think maybe it has something to do with so many cards. It is very hard to shuffle. For the image on the back, which is always important to me, you know, it's very beautiful. It's something nice to look at while you're shuffling. The front of the pictures are very nice. They are, you know, almost like paintings to me. But, you know, Colette Baron-Reid always has beautiful, beautiful cards for her decks. And I really do like her decks. But for some reason, I don't know, for someone who uses them so much and gives so much lessons on them, I just feel like it's a really large deck to hold, to shuffle, and as much as I like the surface of the cards, shuffling is very difficult. So let me show you the shuffling. This is almost impossible just because there's so many cards. So horizontally, I mean, you can't even, you know, it's going to flip out on me, so I can't even do it completely. Let's do it vertically. I mean, basically all you do is like just let it fall into each other and then just, you know, shove them together. So let's see, vertically shuffling. The one thing that I do notice too that I do not like is that I don't know if it's the material or what it is, but these cards, they will flip out, but they always flip out more than one. And I tend to, I know that both cards are not for me, or 3 or 4 cards are not for me. So I typically try to really feel which card is meant for me. See, I mean, look at that. That's probably 10 cards that just flipped out, you know, and I don't know which card would be for me. So that I put back. If it's 2 or 3, I kind of just use my intuition to see which card is for me, or maybe the top card, because I don't think I've really ever had any of these cards ever just flip out one by itself. Let's try the other direction, horizontally. I do like that. I think it's easier this way, but a lot of people don't shuffle this way. So they may need to try it if they want to use this deck. But, I mean, so here we go. So there's, you know, 2 more again. I do really like this deck, so I have used it a lot. Let me flip it over so you can see more of the pictures. But like I said, as much as I like it, it's not easy to use. And I'm having to hold tight, and I'm having to like really pull them out. So like this one obviously wants to come out, but it didn't flip out by itself. So overall, like I said, love the cards. Beautiful images, beautiful, beautiful images. Love the inspirational, see now that one wasn't so bad, messages on the cards. But again, not easy to shuffle. So let's take a closer look at some of these. This first one's a little raggedy, but White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Let's go over some of these. Butterfly Spirit, Deer Spirit. And I like that this deck is, you know, obviously all about your animal spirits, because they're very important to us on our journey. Beaver Spirit. You know, animals can tell us a lot and bring us messages. Peacock Spirit. Now, I mean, just look at the stunning colors of that one. Just a beautiful, beautiful card. So I really do like them. Bat Spirit. But sometimes I really just have to be called to this deck, I think, to use it. Seahorse Spirit. This one's really pretty too, especially for twin flames. Swan Spirit. Skunk Spirit. And I like that these animals on her cards really have a lot of character. Like this one I just love. Pig Spirit. I mean, how often do you see a pig in a little tutu? And then I love this one. Nightingale Spirit. This little birdie with her crown on. So cute. Chameleon Spirit. Now for those twin flamers that watch Guided by Angels, Liz, she always talks about the stag. So I just love to see this card, Stag Spirit. I don't know if she uses this deck or not, but I will link Twin Flame readers in the description box that use this deck so that you can see how they shuffle. They might shuffle a little bit differently, some suggestions on shuffling, but also to kind of give you more of an intuitive and objective view of these cards to see maybe they have some more in-depth messages that the cards represent for you that can help you out interpreting these cards. Wolf Spirit. I love this one too. Cow Spirit. I mean, you know, if you think about it, she really did a very cute job with the pictures of these animals because, you know, it's not just a cow. I mean, look at how cute and fun this cow is. But it's so important, you know, to have an animal spirit because we all have an animal spirit and an animal always speaks to us, especially on this journey, which perfect card to end on because this is absolutely my sign for my divine masculine. Dolphin Spirit. So overall, I would rate this deck, I mean, I would say 3 or 4 out of suits because, you know, like I said, it's difficult to shuffle. For people who are newer at shuffling, might be a little bit more difficult for them. And now it's going to prove me wrong. Electric Eel Spirit. But for the most part, I think it's really important for us twin flames to have animal spirits, kind of give us a little bit more guidance. And it's just, like I said, really cute, really pretty pictures, great messages. So overall, I do think it is great for twin flames. And like I said, I will include some links for twin flame readers that do use this deck so that you can be more familiar with the deck. As well as if you are interested in buying this this deck because it resonates with you, I will include a link for where it can be purchased at. And if you'd like to see more of my video reviews with my other decks from my collection, please hit the subscribe button as I have a lot of decks I want to share with you. And as you can see, I'm very honest with the do's and the don'ts that I do and don't like about the deck. And I think that really helps people because I really want the deck to resonate with them. If you're going to contribute that much kind of money to a deck of cards, you want to make sure it's one that you're going to use. So hopefully this helped you decide if this deck resonates for you or not. But until the next deck, happy shuffling!